the issue once and for all, because boys themselves, in future they will be fathers. These boys, they are the sisters. In some cases, boys are maybe elders in the family,
right?
And maybe in some cases they lead or they are teachers in or in schools. So it's imperative to involve them, because as you all know, the period poverty itself, it's all the key thing which leads to perpetuation of the issue is what we call lack of education, which is misinformation, which is all about period poverty.
Correct. All right. Let's look at another text message, Tafadhali, as we move along. I saw one here from, oh yes, Sami Kakamega, going on to say, I have been blessed with 3 daughters. I have had to learn about the M word and pads. I'm glad that my eldest daughter can trust me enough to ask me for sanitary towels, and I hope her sisters will do the same. Fathers, let's not leave the burden on moms only to help our daughters understand and value their bodies. Wow.
Yeah, that's amazing to hear.
That's an amazing point. Yeah.
Yes, because a lot of men find it difficult to even go and buy sanitary products
yes,
at any shop. But for us, what we try to do also to include men and boys during our trainings at Kenya Works, we normally also educate boys together with girls. We don't separate them so that they can grow up knowing this is a societal issue.
Yes.
It's not a women's issue or a men's issue.
Fantastic. And daddies who are raising girls, I hope that has hit home, and please text in as well. How do you actually engage when that time of the month comes? Ama, you just leave it to, you go talk to your aunties or go talk to your mom or your big sister, she'll sort you out. Gentlemen, please let us know how that works out for you in your household if you're raising girls. All right, last text message before we'll actually look at some more. Badai Kamwega Isaac, thank you so much for texting in. What is government doing about access to pads in this country? If we can't achieve the status of free pads for all girls, then let's embrace reusable products.
Exactly.
Okay. See, condoms are free.
Sure.
Trust me, I know. Tunaomba serikali waangalie hii maneno. I like it.
Actually, she's talking about what we're advocating
Isn't
for.
it? If condoms are free and you're just allowing people to do the do, and that's when you have a choice, like you said. Yes. I mean, surely, why can't we not have dispensaries, you know, with, or at least dispensers rather, with all these sanitary products? Yes. Very important issue, and thank you so much for bringing the humor onto the show. All right, so let's get back into it, Joanne and Rono. Let's talk about the proverbial exchange, and I like to use that term because we are replacing the word here, war. Okay, that's taking place between producers of reusable and disposable pads. Do the two of you feel that we'll ever get to a point where period poverty is coming to a complete end as long as big producers, people who are here for profit, are involved in the game? I know this is a very hush-hush kind of conversation, but I've picked up conversations like this from people who are in your spaces. So if you're bold enough to comment, Rono, what do you think? What do you think?
Yes, reusable versus disposable. I think the conversation should be, or it should not be, who does better between maybe those who are in the line of reusable or disposable, but what we all can do better. Because we are fighting, or we have the same vision. I think difference too is the approach or the mission. So what we can do better is the what, because we have talked about the sustainability part of it, and Joanna has talked about maybe the price or the accessibility of the same product. The reusable products, I can say, because there are various spectrum which contribute to period poverty. One is, let me talk about the infrastructure, because if you move around the place, if you move down there in remote places, there is roads, Boa roads and all that. So how will the girls, how will the women get access to the product every month? Now, we have in some cases, the things to do with floods, which all of a sudden they cut off the roads. how will the product reach the end user? Now, the reusable pad itself, the girl will be assured that throughout the year, there will be period, they will be managing their menses well and in a dignified manner.
Okay.
You talk about the cost. Now, there's an aspect of environment. Now, how are we friendly to our environment when you are using the product which may be damage or causes maybe an effect to our environment? Do reusable pads have an effect on the environment? I think the conversation, because we have what you call the SDGs, and we are moving towards the Vision 2030 and the SDGs in place.
Right.
So when we talk about maybe the conversation or the pull and push between reusable and the disposable ones, I think what's driving us is caring for environment.
Right.
Driving us is looking the aspect of economic aspect, affordability of the pass and all that, because the informal settlements, if a family cannot afford 3 meals a day, will they afford a pad every month?
That's a good question. That's a good question. One of the challenges, I believe, and by the way, we are going to be hearing about one of their products as well. I believe it's called the Kaittany pad, right?
Yes.
So they'll be telling us about the Kaittany pad towards the tail end of the show. But just getting back into that general space of reusable pads, one of the things he's mentioned, infrastructure. You can't talk about menstrual management without sanitation. And so here comes in the question, it's easier for me to buy a disposable. Kama maji ni shida, sindio? So what happens then?
I think that's a misconception because people think that maybe when you're using reusable, you require a lot of water. Like the Kaittany pad for us, you don't require a lot of water to wash it. But then again, you look at, you say that push and pull between disposable and reusable. But then again, what are we solving? We are all trying to end period poverty. We are all trying to give girls access to hygienic menstrual products. Instead of a girl going into unhygienic products like using pieces of clothes and all that, why doesn't the girl take a reusable and use it? Because sometimes the government provides maybe the disposable ones in schools, but what about during the holidays?
Like you had said,
they can complement each other. But then again, you have to look at the benefits of each. Yes.
And how is the uptake of reusable? Because one thing I have to just mention is, and this is not K24 Media Max, this is just me as Shiko, and I always wonder how effective the campaigns of dishing out sanitary towels is. Like you had said, the key word is sustainability. I'm the type of person who's like, don't buy me the fish, show me how to fish type of conversation. So when we talk about, okay, we're going to get trucks and you know, we load them up with pads and then we take them to Marsabit. Okay, so Joanne and Rono, you've come this week, and then next month, where are you to give me the same towel?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Sustainability. And that's why for us, we decided to go with the reusable. Because we are not, there are also certain areas, the roads are bad. You can't go back every time. You can't go back every time. Also, financial constraints sometimes limit you. There are so many aspects. If the government is being limited to give disposables to all girls in Kenya,
why can't they?
Yes.
Yeah, the alternatives, that is.
Exactly. So they should, and that's why we were advocating, if the government, as they give out the disposable, which is a one-time thing, they should also include the reusables to complement the girls, so that they are ascertain. In this time, in a year, I am secure with the product.
So exactly, what more or what can we do best?
So you say let the two complement each other.
Yes, let's work together.
Let's work together. And that's by the way an amazing, and I want to applaud the two of you for saying that, because it's very hard to find big producers in that particular space willing to share it with people who are in the reusable sector, because remember, profits are the ones that are driving everything. Right? So why share the space? And this is a solution. Okay. Why don't we go ahead and tackle the taboo, stigma, and misinformation that's around menstruation today. One of the key areas that you'll find very many organizations talking about is the fact that this thing called the M word. In fact, when one guy is still calling it the M word because
not unable to say that.
We can't say the full time. So what are you still seeing in terms of misconceptions around menstruation on ground? I think it's interesting to hear your perspectives from people who have been on site. Yeah.
So from our own trainings, our own research, we're able to talk to girls. We're able to go into different communities to hear their different maybe what they think are facts, but are actually misconceptions. So you find maybe they think it's bad blood.
Yeah.
You know, most of them say, you know, during my period I can't talk to, I can't go to church because mimi ni mchafu. I can't go to serve my father. It's not allowed.
Yeah.
So there are so many myths and misconceptions surrounding menstruation, and most of them air out in rumors, and some of them are even created by girls themselves, and that's why we say it is imperative for mothers to talk to their girls about menstruation. Like, charity begins at home. Talk to your daughter about menstruation before she goes outside here to find information. Correct. And that's why they pick a lot of myths and misconceptions going around, rumors that do not exist, where they think you know, the menstrual blood is something that it should not be talked about, should not be maybe talked to men about. You know, you cannot talk to your father when you're menstruating. You cannot serve him food. You cannot even go to school. Yeah, so maybe Rono can also talk about
because I mean, this is
we go to the field together.
We go to the field together. Yeah. So for you, what do you hear?
Yeah, this exists a lot of misconceptions and misinformation because people, there is a lack of information, lack of facts.
Yeah.
Because down there in the field, you find that there is that they just construct any term to refer to maybe a girl menstruating. As Joanne talked about, maybe they refer them as unclean.
Yeah.
They refer them as maybe not suitable for certain settings, maybe participating in certain ceremonies or certain anything.
Activities,
an activity in the ground. But I think sharing or educating the public is imperative, because menstruation is healthy. Menstruate is healthy. And the irony part is, those who don't menstruate, they are worrying.
Okay.
So we should not make it as those who menstruate to worry. Because when you don't menstruate, you will find yourself in hospital.
There's a problem.
Yes, there's a problem. So when the girls menstruate, in fact, it should be a more
celebration.
Like
celebration, right?
Yes.
Because
it's a gift from God.
Yes, it's a firm one thing.
Yeah.
This girl is healthy. Yeah, they are normal.
Yeah.
And they are free. So we should make it for them to be free.
Yeah.
For them to menstruate and to provide the products so that they can use in a dignified manner.
And this also ties into the question of when to have the talk. You know, a lot of parents struggle with actually talking about sex to their children, but then you wonder how soon should the conversation around menstruation begin in the household, because you'll find that it's after it begins, when you're confused, is when someone comes to say, oh, by the way, let me let you know what's happening with your body.
Sure.
So that state of confusion, I mean, how soon should we start these conversations at home?
Look at, when do girls begin menstruation generally?
Yeah.
Some girls begin menstruation as early as 9 years. So at that age, God, our body, has thought it twice. This girl can begin menstruation. Then why should we not talk about it that early? So personally, I believe as young as maybe 8, 7, even 6 years. You should start talking to your daughter about menstruation. Yeah. Tell them that this can happen. Because sometimes you find menstruation can begin when a girl is at school. Yeah. With no one to talk to. But when the parent had already briefed them about this, they'll not be shocked. They'll not cry alone. They'll not suffer alone. But they'll be able to know, you know, this is actually something that is normal. And just be able to go maybe to a teacher and say, I've started menstruating. Because that first experience, some girls think maybe they're sick. Yeah. Maybe something is wrong. And not just talking about menstruation, but also menstrual health. Yeah. Products that are available, all the spectrum.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah. So I talked about the contributing factor to period poverty, and one factor is child or parent-child conflict. Yeah. Now, let me just touch a little bit concerning a certain program we have in Kenya. It's called Community Works, where among the topics or the areas of training, it's called parenting. And in parenting, there is what we call positive parenting and good communication in the family. Now, when we have good communication in the family, when they exist that harmony, when they exist that healthy relationship in the family, everything and anything can be talked in a free manner. Because when we have the children, or when we have all the family members being freely, being able to talk to one another, being able to share, it means we are close to our children, and it means we can give them the right information. When you give them the right information, they will not go out there and collect the wrong information.
Right.
The other thing is maybe we should maybe train parents, not necessarily parents, the teachers.
Right, on how to handle.
On how to handle. Because in some cases, maybe the children are not free to their parents, because we are not all the same. Yeah. Now, there's what you call, in human relations, there's what you call the secondary others of interaction, which falls in the schools, falls in the church and all that. So in specifically the schools, we should train the teachers concerning how to talk or how to come up with the topic itself in such a way that the students or the people themselves, they can be free to talk or to share information.
That's a really good point. That's a really good point. So just empowering teachers, educators to be able to manage such situations within the classroom. I'll ask my director to let me know once we have that book. Remember that resource material? Okay, fine. So we'll cue that shortly. But first, let me just give Joanne the opportunity to tell us about the Makini pad. Congratulations. So far, you guys have reusable products in the market.
Yes.
Okay, so that's what she's holding there. So very quickly, in the 5 minutes that we have, let's talk about that, and then we can start winding up. So what is that now?
This is the Makini pad. It's a reusable sanitary product. It has been made actually here in Kenya. Okay. Luckily, the government has also put in policies that remove taxes from the menstrual materials. Okay. So products last a girl between 12 to 18 months. And inside, it contains 8 reusable sanitary towels. Okay. There are 8 of them. Yeah. 2 holders, 2 storage bag, and a care leaflet with all the instructions on how to use, how to take care of it. Right. Not just menstruation, but menstrual hygiene, which is a key aspect. So the pad lasts a girl between 12 to 18 months, meaning for 1 year and 6 months, they are secure when it comes to menstruation. Correct. And that's why we advocate for it. It is cost friendly. Actually, currently we'll be launching a new design approved by KEBS. So we are inviting everyone on board to come and help us on the launch. It will be on Thursday. We are holding a summit to talk about menstruation, to create a platform where we look at when we talk about our flow, we talk about our future and sustainability of it. So we believe reusables are the sustainable way to go when you talk about menstruation. Okay. Yes.
And we're not just talking about low-income areas here. When you talk about sustainability, even your working class woman should be thinking that.
Yes.
In your opinion.
Yeah. Okay. True. Because I talk about periods not knowing, or rather menstruation not knowing bounds. Yeah. Because it will affect right from the middle, the lower, and the upper class.
And the upper class, right?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. I like that. So reusable pads, ladies, we're being challenged. Are we ready to make that switch, by the way? Not just for lower income areas like Joanne, as well as Rono is actually talking about. Yeah, go ahead. I mean, you can still pass them around. We can take a look at those. But even as we're talking about, you know, sustainable ways on how to deal with period poverty, we promise that we'll just let you know about some resource material that's out there. So take a look at this. Bona Director, please put that up on the screen. When Something is Wrong is a book that's out, and it is all about understanding menstrual disorders in this case. This book is actually addressing menstrual disorders and targeting young women. And so it's not even just about you getting your period, but understanding when something is wrong with your cycle. And so we want to encourage you. This is a Kenyan author, Doris Murimi, who's written this particular book, has been approved by KICD. It's out, it's available. Please look out for it on your social media platforms rather. Simply search When Something is Wrong, Understanding Menstrual Disorders. It's a good complementary book to the kind of discussions that we're having this month on menstrual issues and hygiene. Okay, so you guys have a busy week coming up. We also do have Menstrual Hygiene Day coming up. What's the messaging this year? Joanne and Rono, as we start saying kwaheri. Okay, who wants to take that on? You? Okay, go ahead.
So we are planning a menstrual health and hygiene summit at Kenyawak's organization in Ongata Rongai.
Yeah.
We are inviting everyone to come on board, and so that you can be able to talk about menstrual matters in a large platform. We'll also be launching the Makini Pad Kit, the new Makini Pad Kit. We're also inviting supporters.
Yeah.
Actually, we have a fundraising drive currently where anyone is able to donate sanitary towels to vulnerable girls in Kenya at 1,000 shillings. You're able to support a girl. You're able to support women at our production unit, because they're the ones who make the sanitary towels. So these women also are able to sustain their families. So it helps in so many ways. So welcome everyone, and for me, I can just say I believe reusables are our future.
Okay, fantastic. As we say kwaheri, you're parting short, Rono, and this is a very important message. The impact of what period shaming, what discrimination is doing to girls and women when we actually don't address such issues. What would you like to say as we say goodbye?
The impact itself of all the matters to do with period poverty on the girls or the women and the girls themselves. It's entrenching in their, it's infringing, rather it's infringing in their rights, right to health, right to education, right to information and all that. So let me weigh in on the matters to do with sustainability and affordability of the pads. Because when to address period poverty, it means we have to have sustainable way. Joanna has mentioned about the Makini Pad. It addresses what we call sustainability, because a girl is able to have be assured of the pad all around the year and all that affordability aspect. And yes, it's environmental friendly and all that. So yes.
Wow, let's leave it there. Rono, thank you so much for that. We want to take this opportunity to say a big thank you to Kenyawak's organization, Joal Alal as well in the house, +1. Thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate you guys taking time to be here with us. Like they're saying, by the way, if we're going reusable, we're really thinking, by the way, long term, and how we're going to actually help our environment and even, do more for girls and women across the globe, by the way, who are still dealing with the issue of period poverty. Support a lady today. By the way, you've had great ways that you can actually plug in, whether it's by buying a book or even plugging into something such as these reusable sanitary towels. Thanks so much again for the feedback. We want to leave it there and invite the duo of Sarah Ibrahim and, oh my God, the man who has energy for 75 people, Tony, on set as they get interactive. My name is Shiko Kaittany. We'll see you bright and early tomorrow. Bye-bye. Thank you. Say bye, guys. Thanks.
When it's a Saturday, There's only one entertainment show in East and Central Africa. Arena 254. Join Aisha Wanjiku and Tony Mwirigi for all the artistic interviews fused with amazing entertainment conversations and sizzling hot live DJ mixes. Catch this and so much more every Saturday from 10 p.m.
Skuzini metizi na wakanesa manzi mkamba aneshiko mirema
only on K24 TV.